coming. Our next stop is Green Bay. In what shapes up to be the biggest Thursday night game of the season, the Packers would appear as though they're going to be without Aaron Rodgers' most important target when they go to Arizona. Davante Adams testing positive for COVID-19. He's been placed on the reserve COVID-19 list. Just how significant is that? Well, point spreads don't generally move like this, even when quarterbacks wind up missing games. Within hours of this Davante Adams news, Green Bay went from getting 3.5 points to 6 points at Arizona on Thursday. Consider this, the Packers are 6-0 without Adams over the last 3 years, but it is a very simple question that I will ask. Dominique, can Green Bay beat Arizona Thursday night without Davante Adams?
No, I don't think they will. I mean, I guess it's possible Aaron Rodgers to go next level. He's that good, but I certainly wouldn't bet on it. And I understand that Arizona is a very good team, and players always say things like, we want to beat them at their best. I promise you, there is a celebration in the DB room today. They are not happy that this man has COVID, but they are not sad that he won't be on the field. I promise you that.
Listen, Davante Adams is the most important non-quarterback player and is most important to his team and is there is in the league. Like, this guy is that good, right? He separates himself. When you think about, he has 744 yards receiving. The top 4 other receivers combined on his team don't equal that. Like, that's how important this dude is. Like, he is an absolute baller. And by the way, when plays break down, every quarterback has a go-to in their head. When that clock starts ticking, pressure happens, he knows where to find. And Adams always finds an easy landing spot for Aaron Rodgers. That's going to be the problem, is when he starts getting that rush and has to find an outlet. It's not just the on-time plays. It's the broken down plays when he can make magic happen when Adams is not going to. Listen, he has done that week after week. Think about San Francisco. I mean, you keep naming, even last week, throwing across his body. He finds ways to make plays. This kid is a difference maker. Him not being there is a super disappointment for Thursday night.
You've been around that team a lot this year, including this week. So you were there for their game, and you saw it again. Adams had that touchdown early in the game. How do you think they will go about this without him?
Look, with the short week and having this information just show up yesterday, very, very challenging for the coaching staff. I don't know if it's still true, but as of Sunday morning before the game, the second most targeted wide receiver on the Packers was Marquez Valdez-Scantling, who hadn't played since week 3 when he got hurt. They have to completely change everything. Look, I mean, they like to throw to the running backs. They threw to the tight ends a little bit. Allen Lazard caught some passes. They can figure it out, but they would rather have a week to figure it out than just 2 or 3 days. That's the problem they're facing. Plus, the defensive coordinator tests positive. Davante Adams tests positive. The Packers are holding their breath waiting for this morning's test results because there could be other guys affected as well.
Yeah, they go under this additional protocol now where they're all wearing masks and all that sort of thing, and we'll see. But it does feel like the game, this becomes a huge storyline in what shapes up to be one of the really big NFC games of the season. Marcus, how do you see it? If no Davante is on the field Thursday night, Green Bay have any chance of beating Arizona?
I mean, they have a chance. The Green Bay Packers have a chance every game because of 12. But I didn't have them was playing. Mm-hmm. I like the Cardinals better than anybody in the NFC right now outside of Tampa. And you can make an argument that they have the leg up on Tampa as well. But when you look at this team, Green Bay has been playing pretty good. Like, let's not get crazy and start. Green Bay ain't been blowing teams out. They've been having their own struggles. Aaron Rodgers has been making up for a lot of the things that have been going wrong. But this Kyler Murray offense and this defense for Vance Joseph, it's a different animal. I think we still, like, everybody, because it's the Cardinals, everybody is like, okay, let's see another week. Let's see another week if they can make it happen. And remember this, too. They get Chandler Jones back this week, fellas. So you not only don't have Davante, you got to deal with JJ and Chandler up front against a defense that's already playing really well. So I didn't have them winning this game with Davante. They had absolutely a better chance. Everybody know they had a better chance with Davante playing. But I think it's time for us to start really paying attention to the Cardinals and the way they play in football, because right now teams don't look close in the NFC.
And look, the Packers have not faced an offense or a quarterback like this yet. I mean, Kyler Murray is different. Taylor Heineke just ran for 95 yards on Sunday.
Talk to him,
Murray, a little bit better runner, I think. No offense to Taylor Heineke, but I think even he would agree. So the Packers still think they're a team that's kind of putting it together, figuring out how good they are. This is not great time.
Yeah, there was that one moment on the show yesterday where, like, it popped up that the Packers are 6-1, and I actually said, wait a minute, the Packers are 6. Like, we talk about them like they're a 500 football team trying to find their way. way, this is a monster game in the NFC, and they're going to be without their best player.
And listen, I'll be honest, this is more important for Arizona than it is for Green Bay. Green Bay is going to win their division, clearly, right? They're the best team. So when you think about Arizona and the schedule they're going to face as the season progresses, this is a big deal, but the Cardinals need this one.
I think it's also psychological for the Cardinals. Your point is right about them not being in a division or having a division under wraps already, but the Packers believe. They've been to the championship game year after year. The Cardinals are still getting to the point where they need to knock off some big dogs, so they believe they can do it later.
All right, the table is set. The pancakes will be served as we continue this morning. We're going to be busy coming up.
Are they pumpkin?
It's Patrick Mahomes.
2 minutes to play. It is raining once again. Blake Gilligan will have the hold. It's going to be a 33-yard field goal attempt to put the Saints on top in this 13-10. Snap. Kick. You hear the silence, and that's a good thing to hear. It is good. Brian Johnson nails it from 33 yards out.
The call on WWL as Brian Johnson came through on Monday Night Football with a 33-yard field goal with just under 2 minutes as the Saints beat the Seahawks 13-10. On Seattle's previous drive, Jason Myers missed a 53-yard attempt that would have given the Seahawks the lead. It was the fourth start this year that Jameis Winston did not turn the ball over. He had 4 starts without a turnover in 2018 and 19 combined. Former Raptor DeMar DeRozan had 26 points, and Lonzo Ball knocked down 5 threes for 15 points. See, I did the math right in my head just then. 3 times 5, look at that. As the Bulls beat Toronto 111-108. On Monday night, Chicago improved to 4-0 for the first time since Michael Jordan led the Bulls to 12 straight wins to open the 96-7 season. In fact, the Bulls have started 4-0 4 times in franchise history. Each time prior to this season, Michael Jordan was on the team. The World Series starts tonight as the Braves send right-hander Charlie Morton to the mound against Astros lefty Framber Valdez. The Astros are in the World Series for the 3rd time in 5 years and have been dominant this postseason, outscoring opponents by 21 runs. The World Series is on ESPN Radio, presented by AutoZone. Catch all the action tonight, 7 p.m. Eastern, on ESPN Radio and the ESPN app. SportsCenter is brought to you by Capital One. Getting paid up to 2 days early with direct deposit is another reason banking with Capital One is the easiest decision in the history of decisions. That's banking reimagined. What's in your wallet? Terms apply. See CapitalOne.com/bank. Capital One N.A. member FDIC.
Burrow in the gun on 3rd and 2. He'll look to pass. Quick throw. Slant caught by Chase. Runs to the 30. Breaks out the pass. Touchdown. How great is Jamar Chase? 82 yards to the house.
This is Keyshawn J. Will and Max, presented by Progressive Insurance. All guests join on the Goodyear Hotline. We have Mike Tannenbaum with us right now. NFL front office, in ESPN NFL front office insider, just plain old insider. Got a demotion from senior insider.